I'm the cult bell ringer for the Salvation Army. Join my cult, or I will kill you with my bell. Alright, so, I ring the bell for Salvation Army because, I have to do community service. Because I got arrested over a year ago for driving on a revoked license. So I have to do like 300 hours of community service. And recently, on Thursday actually, well Wednesday night, I was talking to a devotee telling him about KrishnaLoka.org, how to go set up his profile so we can talk back and forth, and he can upload videos, upload blogs or whatnot, just like MySpace. And I was telling him, I had bought all these chanting Hare Krishna, these pamphlets, and I also got this stamp made so people could like, I got it stamped right there, with my name, my number, and a little website that I got put together, KrishnaLoka.com, where people that don't know about, Krishna consciousness could go, and it's got a lot of informative stuff on there. And so I was telling him on Wednesday night, I was like, look, man, I bought all this stuff, but all these books, but I don't think I should really give them out, because I think I'll get in trouble, because if I'm ringing the bell for Salvation Army for community service, and I'm giving out Krishna books, I don't see anything wrong with it, because I'm spreading love of God, me, myself. So I didn't think anything would come of it. But so he's like, just do it, and then if that was your plan, just do it. And he's like, that's great, And then he's like, if they tell you to stop, stop, And I was like, yeah, alright, I'm gonna do it. So I went in 10 o'clock, and I started ringing the bell for Salvation Army. And every time someone would give a donation, I would give them a on chanting Hare Krishna pamphlet that tells all about the movement, all about chanting. And I probably distributed about over 50 or so, until about 12:30, when the director for my community service pulled up in a van and was like, get in, and I'm like, oh man, I'm probably in trouble, And he's like, yeah, this lady called up and said that, you gave her a book, and she was like, oh, Hare Krishna, I can't take that. And I was like, yeah, that did happen. And he's like, yeah, well, she called up and was like, I'm hesitant on giving to the Salvation Army now because of the people that maybe, they're working. And I'm like, what the, that's ridiculous, And she's like, I guess she said that Hare Krishnas are a cult from the 70s. So I'm like, man, this is ridiculous, It's just the ignorance, that's just insane around where I live and everywhere in general, it seems, And I'd like to distribute these books, these little pamphlets, And my idea was thwarted. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna give out any more, because they're actually giving me double hours for the work I'm doing, because I'm not taking pay, and most people are taking pay for ringing the bell. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And so I said, so after work I get the message that I need to call him back, my supervisor. And so I called him, and he's like, yeah, well, wanted you to call me because it wasn't an isolated incident. We weren't the only people that got a call. Like the main Salvation Army place in downtown Peoria, you got like 5 or 6 calls from people. Like, oh, I got this Hare Krishna book from somebody, And he was like, I'm just calling to make sure that you didn't distribute any more of those after I had talked to you. And I was like, no, I didn't, because you told me not to. And but then I was like walking home, and I was just thinking to myself, man, that's awesome, you know, just for the simple fact that people were on the phone talking about Hare Krishna. They said the word Krishna, you know, that's transcendental, you know. But even though, like King Kamsa, you know, he thought about Krishna all as long as he lived as like a enemy, you know. Well, he attained liberation because of thinking about Krishna in that way. But at the same time, you know, people in general, they don't know anything. But if they're, you know, calling up complaining about Krishna, it's on their mind. You know, it's transcendental thought in their mind, because Krishna is absolute, and his personality, his form, his paraphernalia go everywhere that his name is chanted or mumbled even. So that made me laugh hysterically, that another 5 or 6 people called down to the downtown office and were like all really mad. And I figured something might happen because, you know, mostly it's old people that are coming up and giving, you know, contributions to the Salvation Army. And like Prabhupada said, you know, it's hard to change, you know, people that have been on the same path for a long time in their life. And, you know, if they received this thing that they had heard about maybe in the 60s or 70s, maybe never heard about it and read a little bit, but most of the people that were older didn't read any of it, you know. And it's like, it would be nice if you just, you know, gave it a chance, you know. And when people would ask me, you know, what is it, you know, when I'm giving it to them, I'm like, you know, it's an ancient Sanskrit mantra that invokes the Lord into your life, you know. And I mean, people were like, all right, you know, I'll read it. So I was having a good time distributing them, but, you know, the cult Salvation Army bell ringer. I can't distribute books anymore, so I can't get my hours, you know. But I'll find another way to get the books in the hands of people, you know, because that's what I do. That's one of my devotional service. So, Krishna consciousness, Hare Krishna, is not a cult. For if you're watching this and you don't know, you know, what Hare Krishna is, it's definitely not a cult, you know. You can check out that website that I had in this book. I got put up on the internet. It's krishnaloka.com. The krishnaloka.org that you see in my description is for devotees. It's MySpace for devotees. So either one, check it out if you don't know. Hare Krishna, Bhakta Mark. I will see you on another round of video blogging with Bhakta Mark. Alright, peace.